Hey, we're live, I do believe, here in Facebook land, YouTube land, internet land, interweb, whatever you want to call it, on a rather poopy Wednesday here in Sharpsburg, Georgia at Mike's Magic Auto Detailing and Paint Correction. As I said, here in Sharpsburg, Georgia. I'm not going to do the slide test on this one. Y'all seen it many, many times. That's a refrigerator magnet. I guarantee you it won't stick. Anybody wants to bet me, put your bet down in the comments below. And I'll take you up on that bet. Any amount of money you want to do within reason. But this is a 2018 Ford Explorer Platinum. Platinum. Oh, what a nice, nice vehicle. I don't care if you're a Ford fan or not. You got to admit, these things are nice. Yeah, what we did, and this belongs to the spouse of the F-150 truck we did the other day, for those of you who might remember that one. And I believe they may want me to work on their Harleys next, or at least Jason does. I do believe, wants a titanium coating on it. Well, what we did with this one, it was thoroughly washed, pre-rinsed, soap foam cannon with some strong soap, because there was a lot of road film and contaminants on there, and then I did a contact wash with a citral based stuff and went all around the whole vehicle, getting all the little nooks and crannies, getting the bugs and the tar off of everywhere, inside the wheel wells everywhere, inside all those little holes in the grill, all down in there, all those little places. Man, this thing takes a while. It's a lot of nooks and crannies and a lot of real estate to cover. And then, of course, the tires and wheels were stripped as well, and the optimum tire coating was put on those tires, and a sealant on the wheels, which were spiffed up with the Flitz ball. Here it is, goes on the end of your drill. Handy tool to have, handy tool to have. Oh lordy, good quality sealant was applied to all the exterior surfaces, all of them. A very good quality, very good quality. Should last a while and help protect this paint. Ooh, boy, yeah. Man, I'm telling you what, I'm not going to get too complicated and windy today. It's kind of late in the day, but this car needs, as you can plainly see, there's some contaminants there that this level of maintenance will not remove. That stuff there needs to be clay barred off, and it looks to me as if it has embedded slightly into the clear coat, and most likely a one-step polish would remove those. Very little scratching, but there's a little bit, but not a lot. But there are some contaminants on this paint, particularly up on the roof. But everything that could be removed at this level was removed, folks. It was removed. You may remember not too long ago when I did this car, I polished these pillar posts because they were scratched all to pieces, probably from a car wash or something, or an improper wash. I took a lot of care this go around not to re-scratch them, using high quality soaps and microfiber towels and all that sort of thing. There's still just a hair scratching in there, but that's there from last time after I polished them. You can't get it all out because that's such cheap paint and such cheap materials. All the glass was, I gave it a quick polish, if you're listening, Miss Cynthia, with the Flitz ball, just to try to remove some of the contaminants on that glass. Oh boy, all that was thoroughly clean, which is a trouble spot oftentimes on cars and these SUVs and trucks. That little step back there. But all this was clean. It all came out very nicely. I'm very happy with it. And then we moved to the interior, which wasn't terrible, but it was dirty. Not muddy or anything like that, just dirty. Had some animal hair in it. Had a little bit of grime in the driver's area, which is typical of any car, because that's where you get the most in and out, and people putting your hands on it, and you know, whatever might be on your hands, you get oil, body oil, all that kind of stuff, and whatever you had for lunch and blah blah blah. But it was all cleaned real good, steamed lightly. Carpet was steamed lightly. All the floor mats were taken out and cleaned. Everything was cleaned. It just came out very nice. Of course, like I said, it was nice to begin with. Cleaned the steering wheel. Get a lot of grime on them sometimes. They were cleaned and everything. Cleaned out the console, the gear shift knob, all that. Used some special stuff like on this screen here to avoid scratching it, and stuff for special stuff for these leather seats. They're perforated. I hate that, man. It's pain. See all those holes? It's pain getting those. I think you get airflow out of those, but it turned out very nicely, very nicely. All the seats, I think all these were folded down when she brought it to me. These back floor mats were all taken out, steamed, everything. These seats were clean, folded down. The backs of them were cleaned up under that third row seat back there. It was all folded down when she brought it to me, I do believe. And the backs and all that was cleaned, and then the seats were folded up and all that cleaned. The headliner was cleaned lightly, because this wasn't a full detail. This is just a maintenance detail, folks. And the cargo area was cleaned up as well. You can see where I bagged up her stuff I found back here. All these switches, all this stuff was cleaned lightly, vacuumed very thoroughly. As I said, these were folded down, which you do with just by touching a button over here. I'll let her fold those back down if she wants. It's just a touch of the button. I had to fold them back and forth so I could be sure to get everything clean and all the little nooks and crannies and hidden places that you have when everything's folded up or folded down. But it came out really nice. Hey, Miss Vicki. Hi there. But it's back to, I would say, better than new condition. The only other thing I might do, if this weren't just a maintenance detail and they wanted it, I would put protectant on everything, which I think I put it on there the last time I did this car, so that made it much easier to clean this time because of the protectant. And this is very durable and quality stuff in here for the most part, so that also makes it easier to clean. All the doors and the door jambs all down in there. I got little round brushes on a long handle and everything that goes in there. It was steamed out and cleaned. All the door jambs were cleaned as well. All this rubber was cleaned and treated, so it's in good shape for a while, let's hope. As I said, I didn't want to get too complicated. It was a fairly simple detail. I'd say 12 to 16 hours, somewhere in that neighborhood, for just a maintenance detail. But this was a little bit higher than a normal maintenance detail, just because they are regular customers, they are neighbors, and they are also friends of mine. So I went a little bit overboard on both of their vehicles this go around, because I know when she brings it back and I need to do all this again, it will pay off, because it will be cleaner to begin with, and the products that I use will also make it easier to maintain both inside and outside. But if you find any of this interesting or entertaining at all, and you want to be notified of future projects, like I say, at some point I'll probably be doing their Harleys. I got a black Mustang waiting in the wings. That's a 66 Volkswagen Bug that I've done before. And I'm going to be working on it again probably next. So we'll do a series of videos on that most likely. Because the last time what I did with that is a deep paint correction. Although the paint is beaten to death. What you see on the side of it out there is some tape where I had plastic taped over the window till they could get by here and get the window rolled up. I mean, it's an old car. It has problems. It has problems. But I did deep paint correction on that Volkswagen last time and did a ceramic coating on it. So I'm going to talk to him one more time and see where he wants to go with that. I may recommend to him this time that we use Optimum Clear Coat Restore on that vehicle, which is what's on my 98 Mustang, with that El Cheapo Mako paint job. And folks, I'm telling you what, it'll take a bad paint job and it'll spiff it right up. Although it is difficult to apply, a lot of prep time, it's pretty pricey stuff. 9 ounces of it costs you over $100. That's my cost. But it is really good stuff when it's bad paint job. Your clear coat has failed or is failing. You wouldn't need it on this car or most cars. But it is an option that is available for some people who want to try to save their paint job. I put it on some older vehicles where they wanted to preserve the OEM paint. They did not want to have it repainted if they didn't have to, or they wanted to put it off having to paint it. But anyway, y'all make a comment down there for me. Tell me what's going on. You still selling houses there, Miss Vicky? Selling real estate? I believe that's what you were doing when you weren't making music. Oh boy, I tell you what, you guys live around the Coweta County, Noonan area, keep your eyes open when Miss Vicky and her band plays. They do a lot of good music, a lot of classical rock type stuff, and some acoustic as well. Excellent performances, excellent performances. Y'all hit that like button for me, the thumbs up, the thumbs down, whatever it is. They tell me it helps me along. But I'm going to sign off now, folks, and y'all stay tuned. And I do appreciate each and every one of you that tuned in. Man, I just show you, I used that detailing cart during all this. I used this detailing cart. You can see the aftermath. My stools, all my washing, my wet dry vac, my drill brush down there. No, I didn't use my motorcycle. I pulled it out here to get it out of my way. I did not use the carpet thing. That's my heavy-duty steamer. I did use that. And I got a car dryer over there. It's a forced air, heated and filtered air car dryer. It's really good for drying your car. I rarely use drying towels because anytime you can take this step out of it, Miss Vicky, you're avoiding, at the very least, micro marring to the paint. So I do not use a drying towel except in certain circumstances. And also, after all that, so I'm ready to pull it in and get started doing other things to it. And if you don't dry out all these little cracks and crevices, the next thing you know, there's water running down, messing up what you're trying to do. So yeah, they're not that expensive either. I think I paid about $100 for a month for one. Okay, Miss Cynthia, sounds good, baby. I appreciate you. It'll be all right sitting right here. That's my owner jumped in there, folks. Alrighty then. All right, well, I'm gonna sign off, Miss Cynthia. If you like, you can go back and watch the rest of the video in a few minutes, I imagine. If I could figure out how to sign off here now. Oh, how do you sign off of here? Oh, push the